Hello YouTubers, I've just read something very disturbing on the chronicleherald.ca. It's a Canada newspaper, and it's the Chronicle Herald from Canada, and it basically says Ottawa seeks buyer for anti-sealing ship, the Farley Mowat. I'll read it to you so you understand what's going on. It's come from Sydney, from a sort of press source in Sydney, and it says the federal government is looking for a buyer for the anti-sealing ship, the Farley Mowat. The Norwegian-built vessel, owned by the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, has sat idle in Sydney since it was seized by federal fisheries officers last April. An RCMP tactical squad, which is Royal Canadian Mounted Police, boarded the vessel following an incident with Coast Guard icebreaker. Two of the Farley Mowat's senior crew were also arrested and charged from a separate incident where they allegedly came too close to the annual East Coast seal hunt. The Federal Fisheries Department claims the ship broke up the ice around the sealers, putting their lives in danger. Alex Cornelissen of Sweden and Peter Halmstad of the Netherlands face charges of coming within half a nautical mile of a seal hunt without being properly authorised. Cornelissen is also charged with obstruction of a federal fishery officer. Their trial is to begin on April the 27th. And here we go. Offers from prospective buyers must be received by the acting sheriff no later than April the 12th. Now hang on a minute. This just, to me, is just amazing. If anybody doesn't know what Sea Shepherd is, Sea Shepherds are the people who are basically stopping a lot of the illegal whaling and stuff like that that's going on by Japan in the Arctic, and they use these vessels to basically try and head off the whalers so that they can't complete their whaling. And obviously this particular vessel, the Farley Mowat, was basically being used to try and stop seal hunting, which of course we all know is a very cruel and in this day and age a very unnecessary form of sort of torture basically. But what I find interesting, and this is why I'm making the post, is it seems to me crazy that before the trial has actually gone ahead, the government are trying to seek buyers for the property of the people who are on trial. Now, the people who actually committed the offences are not necessarily the owners of the vessel. They are just the people who were on board at the time running the vessel. When they get charged with causing a danger, that's a separate matter to whether or not a vessel should be seized and sold. It's like saying, if I lent my car to my friend and he got into an accident with another car, that my car should be seized and sold, irrespective of whether or not the insurance was paid or whether or not the person was in the wrong and has to be prosecuted for maybe dangerous driving or acting without due care and attention, which are things that you could be prosecuted for. That no, the car should be seized and sold. Now this is what I find absolutely crazy, and if somebody can explain to me why this is legal and why this is taking place, because I mean I've got absolutely no idea how the government can come along and say, well, the captain of this ship or the second officer of this ship have acted improperly, so we need to take them to court because they've acted improperly, and we need to prosecute them and fine them, but we're also going to take their ship off them worth millions of pounds, and we're going to seize it and we're going to sell it for government profit. How can they do this? This is like daylight robbery. I mean, I just don't know how they can do it. It's just to me absolutely staggering. And I mean, I'm going to be following this because, you know, this is just lunacy. But this is the world we live in, you know, where governments can get away with what they want to get away with, and you know, I don't understand why other countries such as Sydney are allowing the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to come in and arrest these people on their territory and then seize their ship illegally. Because as far as I'm concerned, it sounds illegal. I don't know whether it is illegal, but I mean, to take somebody's property to sell off, when the people who are actually running the ship aren't necessarily the owners of the ship, how can that happen? How can that happen? I mean, if this was P&O ferries, and the captain of on a board of a P&O ferry ship came a little bit close to a yacht and caused some damage to the yacht, the captain would be taken to court and he would be tried for dangerous operation of a vessel. But you can't imagine the government coming along and saying, well, the captain was acting dangerously, so we've got to prosecute him, but we're also seizing your vessel and we're going to sell it off. I mean, it is just not going to happen. It is just not going to happen. So what the hell is going on here? I mean, are they just rewriting the laws in order to stop this vessel because they wish to employ all underhanded tactics that they possibly can to get these vessels out of there, because somebody's just made the decision that they're going to override law? And if this is the case, I'd like to know whether or not it is legal that they do this, because maybe there's more of this to come in the future. I mean, you get done for speeding, they'll take your car off you. Maybe this is the way of the future. So I think people have to take notice of this and find out what's going on. And I support the Sea Shepherd. I donate to their cause, and I think they do a very good job, and I'd like to see that continue. So check it out.